Hi, race fans. We're here tonight. Road course action. That's right. We're going to turn left and right here today. Watkins Glen. You know, out of all the road courses here, West, man, I kind of really like Watkins Glen. It's kind of one of my favorite style road courses to test on. That is.
I mean, it's my favorite road course point, period, for the series schedule. I mean, I love COTA. I think them changing to the national layout or the South layout, whatever they want to call it, was a bad move. I love the longer layout just because it gave us a little bit more straights and places for the cars to run wide open. But Watkins Glen, it's always going to be my favorite. It's where I absolutely love it. The run through the bus stop when you get it just right. The hard downhill braking here into turn one. Just amazing whenever it hooks up.
Yeah, true. You're right. I mean, you know, and with these cars, we've talked a lot about how these cars are built, and this is kind of what these cars were originally built for. Based off of I love GT3 racing, and when they race here at this track and many others. So, being that it's an open setup too here, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a lot different than what the fixed style setup is.
Going to be a whole lot different, and I know with a couple of these guys, they're still using the practice they had today to try and hook up the cars correctly, because just everything wasn't feeling all quite right as they wanted it to be.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's not a lot you can say here. Looks like right now John Bender, the man up front. Road racing, though, unlike the oval racing, is it's considered the gentleman style racing. You don't typically see a lot of beating and banging and smashing unless you watch the V8 supercar guys, and those guys are just crazy. But a lot of road racing, you really have to appreciate the aspect of what's involved, because you're really racing a lot of the track and trying to get around it, hitting the turns, hitting your apex. Yeah, I know I've mentioned a lot about mental mistakes, and here there's so many places you can make a mistake at. Leads are a lot different here too. You have a lead of, let's say, about, normally we talk about on an oval track, you got a second or second and a half, 2 second lead, man, you got a huge lead. Here, that's nothing. That's one turn slip and boom, you can give that away. I'd say you're going to need the 5, 6 second leads here.
Yeah, and it's kind of just giving it to the IRL race today, and you want to talk about road racing and leading. Shane Van Gisbergen, I mean, he hits the track perfectly every single time, just because he comes from the V8 supercars over down in Australia. So you look at the type of lead he had, and that's what you want. You're halfway down the main straight. Second place is just now coming out of the final turn. That's the kind of lead you want, because it can allow you a little bit of slip-ups. But as you said, if you had only like half a second, second and a half, what we're used to seeing on the ovals, you slip up in one turn, you've got a car behind you, and then you're going to be in a more kind of on the fence type of position, just because you've got someone running right behind you, running you hard.
Yeah, and a lot of times, unless you're on the restart, you just mentioned that there's, and it goes back to what I was saying before, is you race a lot of the track, not so much a lot of the guys around you. Yes, at first you do, and you always are mindful of the guys on track, distance, et cetera. But it's unlike the oval where, they could be a car right there on you, a guy closing in. Here, you want to concentrate on getting your shift points and, making that apex, making your turns right, so, stuff like that. And a mistake, don't want to make that mistake, because, you just said it. One little mistake, and you don't have a big enough lead. You got a car right there on your back bumper, and you definitely don't want to get into mirror driving here, because you have to hit those points so much.
Mirror driving here is probably the worst thing to do. I wouldn't even try to look in your mirror. If you've got a spotter, I'd put full trust in them telling you, hey, where the other cars are, just look in front of you and try to figure out where you need to brake, where you need to turn in, especially, we're watching the 40 of Colton Gardner here rip around the track.
Yeah,
Hold on to it, Colton.
Yeah, he hit that.
Right there,
turtle or whatever.
That kind of shows why you need to be looking for it at all times.
Yeah, I've always called them rumble strips, and that's kind of just what I went off on. They call them different there at the Roval, but you saw him hit the rumble strip. Definitely can upset these cars real easily, and that's just point of setup and how these cars could be set up. Now I'm old school. I've seen guys way back in the day run Watkins and run Sonoma and just manhandle these cars. Not to say you're still not going to manhandle these cars. Looks like Cole Macheski's going to be there and put it on pole. Not to say you still don't manhandle these cars, but the racing and how this car is built now probably feels a heck of a lot better than it did, I don't know, 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot different from nowadays because, like we said, this car is kind of built around a GT3 spec where you've got a lot more downforce and it's kind of easier to drive, quote unquote. But even then, just the way Watkins Glen is, how you've got to attack the corners, attack the curbing, it's going to be really easy to upset these cars because through the bus stop especially, that's where you really need to attack it. You need to be as close to the grass, as close to every bit of the inside of the curbing through that to maximize your speed and get a good run through the carousel.
And I've said a lot of times, different tracks, road racing, Watkins Glen has more got the momentum style turns to it. I refer to a lot of technical style tracks, and I'll use Sonoma in that instance. A little bit more technical oriented. You've got a lot more sharper turns, some elevations there to it. Here you've got a lot of sweeping style turns. So you got a lot of like momentum that'll take you in through the turns and whatnot. So, and I think that's really what is the appeal to Watkins Glen is to a lot of guys. When it comes to road racing, they like this track. And you said earlier, lack of a better word, taking nothing away from the guys out here driving or, how hard it is to get around here. But you said it, a little easier. So this track is a little more forgiving than probably most of the other road courses out there. And I think that's maybe some of the appeal to this place. As far as like a lot of, if you say, hey, what's your favorite road course? A lot of people might say, Watkins Glen is, one of the ones that I find, I like going to.
Yeah, and honestly, I'd love to see a race up here in person. I mean, granted, you're probably not going to see much, but I think it's probably the best road course on the series schedule. Sonoma, though, it's a great, very close race for first and second place. But I just think Watkins Glen, like you said, the momentum, especially up the hill through the S's towards the bus stop, that's a good amount of momentum. I mean, if you've got to crack the throttle just like a millisecond more than the driver behind you, he's going to get right up into your bumper. Right up onto your bumper, and next thing you know, you're being passed or you're side by side going towards the bus stop, and it becomes a game of chicken.
Yeah, absolutely right. And you talk about the bus stop. You come out of the bus stop, you're right there in the carousel too. That's another one there that you're pulling all that momentum. And just for the new people out there or anybody that's just watching and curious when we're talking about momentum, when I refer to it as is you don't use a lot of brake here. Yes, you do brake. Obviously, it's a road course, but you're not really hard on the brake. You're not, maybe turn one, yes, because you're pulling a lot of momentum. To the bus stop, you really just barely tap going in, and then it's just basically a shift momentum. Unlike something with Sonoma where you got very sharp turns, you really have to get stab on the brake. You have to really get downshifts right and stuff like that. That's where I say the technical part of it is. And that's kind of what what I'm referring to when I say, momentum based here on this track. I like it. Watkins to me is usually it's one of my go-to tracks, whether or not if I want to test a new car, if I want to test a setup, I usually go to Watkins to do it. And I know the next question a lot of people, well then, if the setup's good at Watkins, what makes it good at any other track? Well, it might not be so much that. It's just, whether or not how I feel about, basically being able to turn left or right. Because normally you don't turn right in a NASCAR car. You're always turning left.
And I'll say on that point as well, Joe, the reason why Watkins is a very good test track, and this is if you're using that setup through several different road courses, is that it's got a little bit of everything. It's got the hard braking, it's got a bit of slow speed, it's got a good amount of high speed, it's got some medium speed in it. You're able to see how good the car is on acceleration, on a little bit of top end as well once you get towards the bus stop, because I think that's where I think that's going to be the only place we might see these cars hit fifth gear is into that bus stop. And then of course there's two very, very big braking zones here, going into one and then going into that bus stop that you're able to test. So if it's going to be a road course setup that you're going to use at several different ones, I'd say this is probably the best place to test it.
Absolutely, and like you just said, testing cars or anything like that. But let's see how it plays out here tonight. Drivers coming out for a little warm-up to see what they can do. Final time here. Hope we go racing here tonight, Watkins Glen, and again, on the restarts it can get chaotic a little bit. It will get fanned out. You'll see a lot. The green flag stop, which really will fan the field out. And I know there's the comments are of people saying, well, road course racing is boring, it's not exciting. Again, there, Wes, man, you got to go back. You've got to appreciate the aspect of road racing. I guess that's really the only thing I can say about it. You just really have to appreciate what's involved, the technical part about it, and so forth and so on. Is like we're gonna.
They're skipping the warm up.
Gonna skip the warm up. All right. Well, I like to see that. Heck yeah! But let's look at the grid here real quick. See what we got. Man on pole here tonight. If it's going to show me the grid. If not, I'll just. I guess it's not going to show, but that's all right. I'll still tell you. Cole McChesney's going to be the man out front. Bidner going to start there in second. Shane Clore, man, going to bring it up in third. Gerlach going to start in fourth. Timothy Latham there in the fifth. We've got Justin Boyles, our good friend Justin Boyles, by the way, and starting in sixth. Greg Carr, he told me to say that, folks. Greg Carr there in seventh. We got Jose Medina starting up there in eighth. Hunter Hughes starting in the ninth. Joshua Hyatt is going to start 10th. We got Mark Sanchez there in 11th. Dylan Grusmacher, in 12th. Blair Holloman there in 13th. Alex Carr 14th. Colton Gardner in the 15th. Stephen Littrell there. Luttrell. I appreciate that. Then in 16th, Art Nicotera 17th. Chad Kibbe there in the 18th. And Chris Vincent in the 19th spot. So 19 cars going to do battle here on the road course. And again, some drivers love them, some drivers don't. I like the aspect of road racing, more so GT3. I don't really. Yeah, I like commentating them, but overall, watching them when it comes to NASCAR, I'm not the biggest yay over it.
I mean, I love being a good road course race. It's a good way to mix up the season. But recently, and I think a lot of people have kind of seen it, I mean, he brings absolute entertainment to it, and everyone's amazed by him. But SVG's has just dominated road course racing ever since he came into the sport.
We've talked about it before, the road course ringers coming in. Boris said, I think is what his name was.
Boris said, yeah.
Yeah, he came in for the longest time. Used to do that for a while, and teams and drivers they'll switch out. A lot of the teams will get them a road course ringer out here, so to speak.
For a big one that used to be a road course ringer, now he's just full time Allmendinger.
Yeah. And that's kind of the history of it here. I mean, and then, in the past you've had, and I think it's a lot more too, also, you've got guys coming over from, open wheel onto the NASCAR, like you just said, coming from the V8 supercar, and then, some guys coming from Indy, some guys coming, maybe Don't know so much from F1 or Grand Prix. I know a lot of Indy, stuff like that. The V8s, but
and of course GT3s, IMSA, and all of them as well.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of from IndyCar would have been Jenson Button when he was preparing for the Garage 56 injury.
Okay. Well, I take it further back, man. Jimmy Johnson, Gordon, and all those guys, and Tony Stewart. They came from a lot. But here we go. Green flag. Cole Macheski's going to bring him in the line, and this is where it gets a little hectic going this turn one. We spoke of it. It's got a lot of speed, but it's got a way down. You do got a lot of runoff though.
And a lot of people are going to utilize that. There's no track limits necessarily here on Watkins Glen. If there's runoff, you can basically use it. Just got to be careful on your rejoin, or else that's going to be your fault for causing a wreck.
Yeah, and that's one of the major difference between the NASCAR style road racing and then, let's say, a GT3 or anything else, is like right there, runoff.
Oh,
who is that? That's Jose Medina? No?
No, that is Greg.
Greg Carr. Yeah, ran it off the track. Well, let's go back and let's watch and see what happened to him right here. Braking, huge factor here. We've talked about what these guys can do. These open setups, they can do a lot. Let's kind of maybe see, because he came up the hill through the S.
It's on the grass.
Yeah. Oh, he got bumped going to the bus stop. A little touch right there from the back. Okay.
Yeah, it was the 41 of 100 Qs, I believe, that got into him.
Yeah, then Vincent back there, too. He had a little bit of I think he was just trying to check up. And, yeah, that car just came out from under him. Okay. And it says Greg Carr crashed again. Or just maybe when he came off the track, or just when he stopped right here. It might have just triggered it. Not quite sure what he might have done to hurt the car. And meanwhile, still up front, Cole Macheski, Bender there along with him. We'll try to keep up with guys maybe running off the track or anything like that. Now, look, I like that paint job. I like the Yoo-Hoo machine. So I will say, man, Boyle's in the Yoo-Hoo.
I mean, it is a very good-looking scheme, to be honest.
Yeah, and I like Yoo-Hoo, so there you go.
I ain't had one in a hot minute.
Yeah. Let's see what the Medina's in today. He's back in. That's a kind of cool paint job. Ryko? What's that, Ryko?
I think that's what it says.
Oh, it's Xbox. It's some sort of game. Ryko Performance? Oh, it's Ryko Performance with the Xbox on it. I don't have my normal side view with it on my... I can't get a... We missed a Marlboro car, but that was kind of cool. Going through the bus stop and carousel.
Couple of guys, they decided to put on their favorite video game.
Yeah, I just can't quite see what game it would be that he is. Actually, that is the theme tonight, to bring that up. It's your favorite video game. And we'll just say he just likes the Xbox. How's that?
I mean, it
can't do this.
Oh, 41 around.
Ouch. Oh.
Gassed it up on the rumble strips.
Yeah. And then put it in the wall again. Go back and see what happened to him. Rumble strips, so get that thing. Yep. You're right. Looks like you probably got the throttle on those rumble strips, make that thing real slick. Spun it around, boom. In the wall hard. Ouch. Take it on pit road. Do this real quick here, folks. I should have done it earlier, but I didn't. Okay.
Quick camera change, it's fine.
Yeah. Just flip the camera a little bit there. So, all right. So now we can, since we're on our favorite gaming theme, we can go right here and show a little bit better. So obviously he's stuck with the Team Watson. Hopefully Trading Paint's been updated, by the way. So sun drop machine there for Bender. Latham, he's got another energy drink.
Raise energy.
Got a battle right here, though. Well, he likes GTA. Let's hope he ain't driving like it tonight.
Surprised he didn't put 6 on the hood yet.
Yeah. Right now he's all looking at them brake rotors, man.
That's nice and red.
Mm-hmm. Now, used to back in the day, and that's a good shot to show. And right here's a really good shot to show when we were talking earlier how much brake you use in the bus stop getting into it as opposed to going through that carousel. You know, Soder's, he didn't use pretty much really a lot of brake at all. To get it down here, you're going to brake a little bit. So it's actually showing you there, but technology, how it's changed. You see how back in the day, that was one of the major concerns was brakes overheating. Yes, they still can. Brake fade will be a factor later on in the race, but it's not as huge because watch these brakes cool down. They cool quicker. I mean, that's just how obviously the aerodynamics of the cars and technology has improved over the years. Used to back in the day, they wouldn't cool down as quick.
And then it's like you said, brake fading is still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a lot of lifting and coasting, which really shows in the carousels where it's a big lift and coast. Because you'll be just like ever so slightly on the brake, but for the most part, you're just off throttle, letting the thing turn on its own. Then as soon as you can, you're back on throttle.
Yeah. So it's just, this is just a good shot to actually show you how the brakes are working out here, because to me, that's probably one of the number one aspects you have to watch out for. Obviously, brake bias is very crucial. This has been an open setup. He's going for that battle here to make pass on floor. And is he going to be able to make it? He's got the preferred inside lane here. We'll go to this shot.
There he is.
He's going to clear
Nice
him
and clear.
before. Yep, clear him before he got the one. Okay, good job. But, talk about that. And let's look here. We got Burlock's got the, let's deal with the All-American. Holloman, Spirit.
I think Holloman's might be different. He showed something in the paint scheme chat. But with, like you, I'm still showing the Spirit Airlines scheme.
Let's see if it updates here. We'll see. I did a refresh real quick. Let's see. Takes it a second, folks. While it's doing that. Well, still putting back in the Spirit.
Still showing that for me as well, so.
Okay. Medina, all right, this will give us a good shot of maybe what's... Oh, Halo. Okay. That's a performance. It's an Xbox game.
There it is. Yeah.
Halo on the side. All right.
Which I loved Halo Reach. It was probably I remember playing that campaign like once a day for 2 weeks straight during Christmas.
Good games, man. Good games. I'm glad to actually right now say that's probably standout paint as of right now. That just, I don't know, I just like how the colors and everything flow with it. It's the graphics and all. So let's see anybody else out here that's got something with it. Like Bruce Marker's going to stick with the team colors. Alex Carr, I think he's sticking with it. Hyatt does have got the Call of Duty machine. Yeah, that was a nice one. Latrell, looks like he's going to stick with the team colors. Sanchez the same. Gardner's got looks like he's got a French
Broad Fire and Rescue. That is one of his main sponsors. This is the main scheme actually for that sponsor.
So
this is just a normal car for him.
But I'm just trying to figure out what the heck is a French Broad.
French Broad River Basin area in Western NC.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Vincent got team colors and Nicotera. You got the team colors. We got 2 cars out right now, Hunter Hughes and Greg Carr, unfortunately. Man out front, Cole Macheski. Got a 4-second lead, and you can see it right there, Bender right behind him. Yeah, it's a straightaway, and you might think, oh, wow, he's got a huge lead. Yeah, 4 seconds is a little safe. He could probably get away with one little slip up. Bender would be right there near him. But that's just it. 4 seconds can get wiped away really quick here on a road race, on a road track, that is.
And that's why we say the safer gap is probably closer to 7 to 8 seconds.
Yep.
That allows you a few little slip ups. Now, if it's a massive slip up, I don't think it matters how long, how big of a gap you got. You're going to be hounded soon.
Yeah.
And even then, Bender, he's got a nice little gap to Latham, who's in third, where there's a huge pack.
Yeah, you got Latham, Boyles, and, this is kind of where you see in Boyles right now trying to come up through the field here. There, turn 1, that's a good pass, and that's textbook pass. It's another area of talk and concern is where do you pass? Sure, you can pass anywhere on the road track, but there are certain areas to where you want to set a guy up and ideally pass them. And right there, turn 1 was one of them. And we were just talking about Gruschmacher, and it says he crashed. Is this going to be a brake bias issue? Maybe.
Oh, squirrely into 1.
He got the rumble strip.
Then lost it over the rumble strips.
Ouch.
Everyone avoiding them though, so car's clean.
That's a good thing. But spread out on the field, a lot of guys can avoid each other. Luckily, no huge contacts. Not to say you can't see it. A lot of times you don't see major, big ones on the road courses. Sometimes it may be I don't know. If you see over 2-car wreck on a road course, they call out a big one. So, but back to what's that?
I was going to say, and with cautions tonight, there's not going to be any cautions unless it is the whole field gets taken out and there's nowhere to run on the track.
Yeah.
Now, there might be a caution once total field heat reaches a certain incident count. And that's just random. That's something we don't know when it's going to happen. Yeah.
So that's another major difference. I know in real life they do have the cautions, but folks, we'd be here all night. Not taking anything away from the guys, but if they threw a caution for every incident on the track, and McClure, man, and now that right there, he held on to that thing, man. Wow, what a race! That was awesome, man. Pass.
That was a move.
That's another area there too. These are areas here. The carousel, right there, going into the bus stop is a passing zone. And then
turn 1 is the main one.
Yeah, turn 1's the main one. And then right here, I'm going to call it turn 7, although it says there's 8 turns. I'm still going to say 7, which is the very last turn. You see a lot of guys getting set up right here. You can make the pass on them. To me, those are most of the areas that you want to set somebody up to safely maybe pass. Now, again, can you pass anywhere on the track? Sure. You're going to take a little bit more of a risk doing it, but it can be done. So you try to just set them up the best. Like right here, you would want to try to maybe like Latham would try to set up Holloman if he was close to him to try to get him going into here the bus stop. Going down this little short chute right here is what I call it. And maybe set him up to where he would have to be really close, like on his bumper right there. But to set him up to maybe make that pass going into the bus stops. And then if he didn't make it going to the bus stop, maybe push close enough to maybe make it here coming out of the carousel or something, or going into it.
Well, between the bus stop and the carousel, I don't think you can make a move there unless you're right on the guy's bumper and you kind of nudge him out of the way.
Yeah.
But like you said, setting them up out of the carousel and then through what I refer to as 7 and 8, or 9 and 10, depending on if you're counting it after the boot or not.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, I love the boot. I think NASCAR should run the boot. But besides the point, that setting them up in the carousel on those final 2 corners down the straight into one is typically what you see the most.
Yeah. And folks, I don't know if it's a controversy, but it's kind of a leading, you heard Wes say turn 8 and you heard me say turn 7. They're not counting the bus stop as a turn on some charts. Some charts they are. They're saying inner loop. And so it's like, okay. So I don't know, Wes, man. It's just, I guess it's all depend on what chart you look at, you know? I'll just say last turn. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. and then I'd always count the bus stop as all 4 corners where their own corner is not one.
Yeah, if you're going to count the uphill, as what they count it as 3 turns, 2, 3, 4? Yep. Why wouldn't you count bus stop then as 5, 6, 7?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know. That's why I just refer to it, folks, as a bus stop.
Corner
carousel.
Numbers don't make sense.
Yeah, I try to remember the names of them, and that's another one. Watkins, I've known it so long. I know a lot of the names on them, like carousel, bus stop. Last turn 1 definitely. They just call it turn 1. So, and up the hill. I say up the hill through the S's. Let us know in the chat what y'all think. What do y'all think? Got a Holloman fan out there. Doing good, Sylvia. How you doing? Got road racing. Just going through the field here, man. Checking out some of the cars. Car back here, Alex Carr, that is.
Oh, wide a little bit there.
Yeah, it looked a little slow going through the bus stop. It got kind of off wide, and it's like Sanchez had to go sliding through the bus stop. Not sure why. Maybe just couldn't get it woed down in time. Maybe going to allow Bruce Mocker to get right by him. The man we're missing out here, Genningsman.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where he is. He's missed the past 2 races now.
Oh. I thought he was here for the last race because we had that battle with him. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was out too because what's his name?
Or.
Yeah, Floor got it. Yeah. And we're not doing that until we go to Dover here. Got to get past the road course here. And, I know I've, kind of talked about it a little bit, reiterated, and that looks like Jose.
That's Hyatt.
Yeah, he's slow. And as he went off track, let's go back here and look, see what happened to him.
Maybe the same thing that happened to Dylan a couple laps prior where he just gassed it up on the rumble strips.
Yeah, it's good coming out of the last turn there. He's going down the straight. Heading off of turn 1. Really slow it down and just got on that bump and then boom. Upset the car and you're done. Like a trouble area there.
And turn 1 typically is, but it typically is just because it's downhill brake. You're wanting to carry as much speed into it because you've got that runoff and can kind of bite you.
Yeah, absolutely. Cole Macheski right now, and let's right on board here. You talked about some areas to where they might not get to 5th gear. Let's see. He's gonna stay in 4th there. Pulls it to 3rd. Just give us a good idea of maybe some of the shifting. 2. Looks smooth coming out of that last turn there. Down to 4. Here's where he's got to really bring it down. Probably go all the way down to. And he's going to 2nd. So really don't go back to 1st.
I don't think you want to use 1st gear. That's a lot of wheel spin.
Yeah. Let's see if they hit. I think they hit 5th before they get to the bus stop, like you said. You're carrying a lot of speed up that hill. Yeah, he's going to run out of RPM. He's going to have to go to 5th. There you go. And you just like let it low down. You blip the throttle like right here. Yep, there. I knew you blipped that throttle just a little bit going there. The only reason I knew you blipped the throttle through there is because I've run so many GT3 cars on Watkins. And the biggest difference, like what you mentioned earlier, was is you use the boot on the GT3 setup. But going through that bus stop, I knew you blip the throttle just a little bit to maintain your momentum going through the bus stop. So a little loose right there coming out, but nothing big. All in all, looks pretty smooth. Go around track car looks pretty planted to me.
Yeah, he's got it running nice and smooth. I don't see any mistakes from him at the moment. Now, not saying that it ain't gonna happen. I hope it don't.
No.
But he's running really smooth. There's no mistakes. He's hitting his marks every single time. So just consistency is probably what's gonna get you to the end of this race with a good position.
And the one thing I see majorly difference between this and what you would normally between, we reference the fixed setup a lot. Here they have their own setup. Set these cars, you can just see how much more planted these cars are as opposed to fixed setup. You're really going to get loose here. You're really driving those cars pretty hard.
Yeah, and for a road course especially, because oval racing, not everyone drives the same. Road courses especially not. I think open setups are probably better along all types of road courses.
So far, man, it's Cole Macheski out front leading this thing. Bender holding on there to second. Boyle's right there along with him. And looks like Cloer's closing in on Boyle. So those two guys got a good little battle going on between them two.
Yeah, Cloer, he's been coming up through the field. He fell back a little bit, but he's stuck right there with Boyles, and Boyles really has been coming up through the field, starting in 6th, now he's 3rd. Another big mover, Holloman, started 13th. He's up to 5th.
Kibbe up 7 spots too. They're in 10th. It's a good shot right here. I call it the Blimpie cam. Everybody loves Blimpie, and I don't know if you know, Wes, just there's no way you could be mad and say Blimpie. All right. It's just one of those words.
I don't think you can.
It's just one of those. Get in a fight, man, and say, I'm going to Blimpie you up. It's just one of them words that you can't. I always say, man, it gives you a good representation of just how far. Whoa, yeah.
Way wide there.
And he's in the
gravel. He's in the kitty litter.
Oh. And then he spun. Oh. Hey.
He spun right into pit lane.
How are we supposed to sit here? Now, we said earlier, our good friend, Justin Boyles, has spun. Wow, they're talking about him, and now he's out here spinning. Oh, he got camera shy.
Can we look back onto the last turn? Because it was right behind a tree. I couldn't exactly see what happened.
Sure, yeah.
To begin with, he was really wide going into those final two, the penultimate turn.
He looked pretty good right here.
Yeah, he's good here through the carousel. He's actually gaining time on Clore behind him.
Maybe like you said, a brake bias. Yeah,
whoa,
he overbroke right there. Yeah.
And then drives through the kitty litter.
I think this is just dirty tires, because he's laying down a bunch of stuff there, and it's just, yeah.
That's all dirty tires, and then Holloman right behind him had to take evasive action.
Yeah, I think that was just, like you were saying there, you just saw it, man, a bunch of just debris on it, and debris on the slicks don't work.
No.
Took it around. All right, Justin, bounce back for us here, man. You can do it. Medina right there now on the back door, man, and Latham. Then if he can't do anything.
And Joe, I got to ask you as well with IRL. They brought in a new type of rule package into Watkins Glen this year where they kind of limited those runoffs. What did you think about that?
I think it's a good thing because it does get them closer, and I think we touched on this too in the warm up. It gets them closer to what actual road racing is, because like here, and even you mentioned it, if they run off, there's really no slowdown or anything. GT3, on the other hand, yeah, the stewards, in real life, the stewards will penalize. Here on iRacing, they'll slow you down. That in any other road course for that matter. So I think it brings if NASCAR's wanting to bring in the lack of a better word, the more realism of road racing aspect and craft, let's say it that way, then I feel like, yeah, that's a good one, because Watkins is a weird track though, man, Wes. I mean, because like right here, you have to almost run off here on one, and you've got so much that you can use. Some other tracks are very, very close quarter. You don't have much runoff. Yeah, there was some
really tight.
Yeah, really. So I really think it's a good one. Different discipline. Maybe makes the racing a little bit more exciting, because now these guys don't, they can't be as aggressive going into the turns. They got to be a little bit more finessed going into the turns. So I think it is. But obviously, man, was that Van Gisbergen? He still, man, just blew away no matter what.
And I'm not for it. I like, and I mean, what Medina does is typically what we would see from the guys here on the stock car side through turn one, where you're all the way out to that wall on an exit, and you can kind of straight line turn two a little bit easier, carry more speed through it. And he's the main one I've been seeing go out that far.
Now, did they shorten that to where you can't do that? I didn't watch really much of the real life one today.
So
but I mean,
there were some tire packs out there actually through one that wasn't a full wall. There were some tire packs like what we kind of had on the U-turn at Sonoma on the inside there. They put a couple of those along it to try and force cars to take a tighter line. Now, out of the carousel, however, there was a wall that gave you probably about 5 feet or so of
unlike this
runoff
right
on exit. Well, not right there. I'm talking about exit here, the carousel.
Right. A lot of times you don't see too much runoff coming out of the carousel. They're pretty much right there. I mean, yeah, you see some of maybe golf on that concrete patch up there, asphalt patch, either way. See that like right there. I'm not sure. It's been a while. I would have to get out here and race in a GT3 style car or whatnot and see, because like right there where they came around that last turn, or the one right before it, if that would give you a slowdown as far as they went. I know you still can pretty much go out far like that on turn one. Maybe iRacing will do an update like they did for the day, and we'll see, a different way around this track.
I mean, we might see it. Now, I like, and this is, I know I follow F1, I follow IndyCar, I follow NASCAR. I do a whole lot of different racing series just because I like seeing race cars go around a track. I haven't liked seeing bikes go around a track. But the complaint I see the most with NASCAR is, why are they ignoring track limits? Well, I'm like, well, these cars, they're heavier, they're not as quite good with downforce, so they're not able to take those proper racing lines. Well, with the next gen, they are, so I think NASCAR might be trying to move towards enforcing those track limits. As Boyle's there, he's going to get an easy spot on Medina, as Medina went wide through turn 7.
Well, he tried to make a pass on Latham. I think he ran up on his back door there at the wrong time, and he saw it there real quick through Boyles and kind of slowed him in. And that's what we talked about that earlier. One little slip up, one little mistake, and how much you can lose, especially when you're on top of each other like this. But I'm agreeing with you on that too. I spoke earlier how that's why I'm not 100% of when it comes to road racing. I'm more of the GT3 aspects and stuff. To me, NASCAR, you're right. These are heavy cars. On their tires and stuff, really hard to turn. But the focus with the next gen car has been road racing oriented. The problem with that is it has taken away some of the aspect of oval, because as much as technology is, as much as you can design, I'm sorry, you either got to kind of go one way or the other, and that's like trying to put a GT3 car on oval. it's not going to drive as well as you'd think, because it's kind of built to be a neutral style car, to go left, right, and so forth. It's really stiff, we'll say it that way. And that's kind of one of the arguments they've had with the next-gen cars. The Boyle's right now trying to get back up through some of the spots he missed.
Honestly, I'd say the best race I've ever seen out of Watkins Glen was Chase Elliott's first win.
Right.
You didn't have any of like the big name road course ringers. It was two guys that were good, and I mean good at ovals. Mm-hmm. But then they were also really good at the road courses. And the cars weren't these next gen cars. They were Gen 6. They were older models where they didn't have all this downforce, and you really had to manhandle the cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it made for a great battle as well, because they were also fighting fuel.
Yeah, and I'm with you. And that's probably some of the the late great racing. I can take it all the way back to Riverside too. They don't run that track anymore, but the wild races there, and we're seeing one right here now. Boyle's all over the back of Latham. This is where you kind of maybe try to make a guy make a mistake going into the turn, and Boyle's he did good right there. Got Latham to go a little bit wide and was able to take that spot away.
Now Latham, he's directly under fire from Medina, who might try to set him up into one.
Yeah, he's close enough. Depends on how much of a dive in there, man, that Medina wants to do. He tried, but Latham took that inside lane away from him. Let's see if he tries it again up here. Maybe try to set him. He's going to had to be a lot closer right here if he wants to try to make anything work coming up the hill. Latham is actually closer to Boyles here, but yeah, they would have to be a little bit more closer to make anything happen going to the bus stop. Pit stops. What are you thinking?
I'm not 100% sure.
Tires, obviously, at this point, are going to start wearing down. You should feel it. I mean, we're 28 into it right now. You definitely going to start feeling those tires. Starts to wear down. I mean, Cole Macheski right now, he's extending that lead. Actually, Shane Clore's taking over second spot from Bender. So I don't know, maybe next 10 laps or so. I don't know if they could split this thing. I mean, that would...
They might be able to split it in half.
Yeah, they would have to go, 34, 35, somewhere in that area?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
33, let's say 33, 35, somewhere there to maybe safely make it around. You definitely don't want to run out of fuel here.
No, you don't.
No.
And you also... You can actually do a good amount of fuel saving because of the corners just lifting and coasting.
Yes. Yep.
So you can fuel save pretty efficiently to kind of lengthen how long you can run on a tank. Now, you're not exactly going to have the draft at, say, Daytona, Talladega, or Atlanta where you're able to save.
Right.
Because, I mean, that helps you. You're on throttle like a little softer, a lot less, and just able to stick with the cars in front. But you can still save a little bit just lifting and coasting before you get on the brakes.
Yeah. And again, I go back to what I was talking about before, and we'll use Cole Macheski here. He's got a 13-second lead. At this point, you're racing the track. You're worrying about everybody else, but they're really in your back of your mind. Right now, it's I want to hit my marks. When do I want to pit to get the fuel, get the tires? I've got a big lead. I definitely don't want to mess up. So again, I've talked about it a million times, man, Wes, and the people. You really have to appreciate the craft of this racing, and I do. When it comes to road racing, and I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it, just because I think the technical aspect and the mental aspect it takes to get around road courses. Now, I'm a big fan of V8 supercars because, one, those guys, just some of the things that they do on the track. He spun the tires a little bit there, Clore did. Just some of the things they do on the track and they're able to still go. It's kind of unheard of. And it's also a good testament to the cars that handle that abuse that those guys put them through. We're really not, I mean, yes, it's abusive on any road course. I mean, you see right here, these cars are actually, they're always on a rumble strip. You see, Chlor right there coming through. There's always in the air, bumping, knocking around, turning, braking, shifting. That's hard on transmission, drivetrain, et cetera. Well, folks, if you've never watched a V8 supercar race, especially the newer ones, it is a testament to engineering of what those cars can take. And the drivers. Wow. Looks like Boyles, he was off track for a little bit. We'll see what happened to him back here. Probably just a little tire run off or something. It don't look like it's hurt him too bad. Up to the bus stop here.
Whoa, just a bad bounce off that curb.
Yeah, just threw him a little wide. Just come out, went into the carousel a little wide. Okay. Yeah.
But Joe, I don't know what the track name for it is.
What's that?
But there is a track down there where it is a hard left, right, left chicane, and those V8 supercars, they go flying over them. I mean, like air underneath all four tires flying across those rumble strips.
Yeah, not get too far off on them, but yeah, I seen one. It was more like a city style road, and they came up and they were literally catching air on one of them, and I was like, wow. Just for that car to slam back down on the ground and still keep going, it's just, like I said, it's a testament to it as a Holloman, man.
Holloman's in the kitty litter.
Yeah, let's see what happened to him. Probably just right there already not doing good at the bus stop.
Already wide through the bus stop, so tires a little bit grassy.
Yeah. You run off the track like that, you got to get mentally stable. You got to get mentally calm back down. And a little bit just braking here. That thing
didn't
wouldn't stop. Oh. That's going to let Justin Boyles go around him too. And that's a perfect example we was talking about earlier, how just that lead was wiped out that he had over Boyles. He had a pretty good lead over Boyles, about 6-7 seconds, I think. And just those two little incidents right there, now Boyles was able to catch up and get right by him.
Yeah, Boyles definitely has one of the faster cars, I'd say. Like, he's absolutely flying when he can, so he shouldn't be too long until he's on Bender for third, I would think.
Let's see, he's 16 seconds back. Bender would really have to make some mistakes. He's faster a little bit. He's, about 1.2 tenths, 1/10, 200s. However you want to say it. He had a 110.88 till 111 flat. So, it would take him quite a while to catch Bender, unless Bender does make some mistakes. It made too many tonight in the sun drop machine. That Chlor right there, he's closing back in on Chlor a little bit. It's a battle for second. Cole Macheski on pit road, leader.
Oh, there we go. We were asking about how long it would take, or if they could do it on one stop. I mean, it's just under halfway.
34. We're lap 34. Looks like they're going, so that's pretty close, pretty much halfway right there, might as well say. So, this is a battle here. Bender, Lord. I'm going to say that they're probably going to come in pit road this time. If I had to guess.
I mean, yeah, I'd guess too.
Right on board here with Bender. Share this battle from what he sees. And get that right there's a good shot too to show you just how much more stiffer these cars are. You see them when they hit those bumps, how that thing just boom boom back down, and he almost tried to make the pass. That's what I was talking about, the pass and the carousel. If you can get up underneath that guy coming off, you can make it. It just wasn't quite close enough. We'll have another shot here soon, but yeah, this just shows you how a little bit how stiffer these cars are as opposed to maybe way back in the day where it was a lot looser. Are they coming on pit road? Yep, there they come. I think Clore might have thought about it, not going, but then he saw Bender and he said, "Yeah, maybe I better." It looked like Clore wasn't committed there at first. So it looks like we're having scheduled pit stops. Everybody's coming on board here.
I don't think he was, and the real interesting thing is pit lane entrance road is kind of right there on the racing line. So you could be following someone and they're going into pit road, so they're slowing way down. You're staying out, you're back on the throttle, and next thing you know, there's a wreck.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jose Medina staying out. Cole Macheski's made his pit stop. He's right there behind him. And everything kind of cycles through. He's got a 10-second lead over Clore and Bender as of right now. It'll grow just a little bit when they get up to speed here. It's about 12 seconds. Now, I guess something we hadn't touched on really is, how frustrating is it as a driver? Because a lot of times, even if you have green flag pit stops on an oval track, sometimes there's that threat of a caution. Here, there's no threat of that. So what do you do as a driver to go, man, Cole Macheski's like 12 seconds ahead of us. We're never going to catch him unless he just blows up or makes a huge mistake.
Yeah, that's kind of really all there is that might stop him. I mean, he's got a 13, 14 second gap.
Yeah.
So it'd take a big mess up for that gap to shrink to where both Clore and Bender are right on top of him.
Yeah. And I know it's kind of frustrating, as a driver out there, you're thinking, well, there's no way I'm going to win this race. It takes me back to, that's where you have to appreciate maybe the craft of of road racing. Seeing this battle here for a second, though, man, Clore and Bender. I mean, Bender's giving him all he can handle. Good little battle between them two. And this is where, Wes, you really have to, this I think right here, and all I've said, you have to really appreciate the craft of road. This is the kind of battles you really have to appreciate, or you really have to enjoy when it comes to road racing. It's a psychological style battle. It's not so much physical as we see on the oval side. Sometimes you get side by side, rub paint, guy bump him in the back or something like that. It's more of, can I set this guy up here to make a mistake?
Oh, and there goes Clore.
I just said it. Make a mistake, and then Clore goes whoop-de-doo.
A hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
Car was sideways over the rumble strip.
Yeah, that was just a braking going wrong. We'll watch again and see what happens, because he looked clean, looked fine right here. Could be some brake bias right there, and just screw that car. Yeah, we caught the rumble strip upside down, dirty, but there you go. Look, I'm not a psychic, folks. Okay, I can't go. Darn, Joe, you were just talking about it and it happened. It's Wes's fault.
No, but I was about to agree with you with oval racing, the battles as Latham crashed.
Yeah, I see that. Let's go back and he's in the middle of the track.
Oh, right in the middle of the track.
Okay, you're just going to sit there? Yeah, keep going. Fire it up and go, man. Well, let's see what happened to him here. It looked like he, maybe another braking issue. Maybe rumble strips got him. Oh, boom! Hard on the wall. Wow. He probably had to get his head back straight, man. After that hit, sitting there like, Oh, no wonder it didn't blow the motor. It's not smoking. So.
And then Vincent off track now.
Wow. Let's go look at Vincent here real quick. Man, yeah, he's hit hard. See what happened to Vincent? Says he crashed and he went back off track. Maybe another brake bias. That looks like brake bias right there. That looked like just too much. Was it maybe rear?
I think it might be rear brake bias there.
Yeah.
Now, this is something they're probably changing all throughout the race.
Absolutely.
Just try to get their car to turn better or stick better.
Yep. Unfortunately, you see right there, man, Lathan will have to come on pit road so you can't get some damage done. And you're right, brake bias is probably the number one thing that you're really changing a huge amount here. Colt Macheski still. Bender's only been able to get that lead down to 8 seconds. Still a big lead. He's a touch faster than Cole Macheski, but we don't know how much Cole Macheski is kind of just riding right now.
Honestly, I think a lot of these guys, they might just be riding. They're not trying to race. They're just riding.
Kibbe, man, in the wall. Let's see what happened to him. Got damage. Through the bus stop. Through the carousel, and it just went straight. Oh, in the wall.
Massive smack as well.
Yeah, dude. Got some damage on the front nose of that thing. You see it right there. And come on pit road, though. He stay out, so maybe it didn't hurt the steering. Or it didn't feel like it's hurt the steering. Maybe it did. You just don't think it did. Didn't look like it wanted to turn there.
I mean, with turn one, I can't tell if it didn't want to turn or if he just wanted to run out that wide.
Yeah, true.
Some people will go out as wide as possible, and some will try to keep it within a certain amount of length of distance inside the track, and some keep it on the track. So. Seems like the car is actually fine as it should be.
Yeah. All right, let's cars. So what cars up to? Cars up here tonight. Holloman still running. The Spirit Machine.
You're talking about the gap to first. Bender, he's got it down almost 6 seconds now. So he's reeling in Cole Macheski a little bit. It's kind of a seesaw between him time-wise, whether he gains or whether he loses. And then Clore.
Yeah, and then
Clore, despite his little excursion, seems to be the fastest on track.
I see that. You got Cole Macheski. Where's that car going?
Just taking a little trip.
He ain't lying. He's been gone. Looks like Cole Macheski's kind of slowing down a little bit. Maybe he's trying to give everybody hope.
Give everybody hope, or maybe saving some gas. He was the first one into the pits.
That's probably, and even with a 4 second and a bigger lead like he had, I mean, I'm with you on that one. I think it's more like, saving. He might need to save probably at least, like half a lap or maybe a lap at the most. And, he's got a big enough lead to do that. So, you can see right back there's Bender coming. But at some point, he's going to have to go. You don't want to give up too much. Because right there, he ran a 112 that last lap to a 110. That's an awful lot of giving. But if he is saving, he saved an awful lot by that 112 lap. And we are more than halfway here. Polk's been a good one, man, so far. Cole Macheski's been the man in control of it here. We're at Watkins Glen Road Course Racing, Spartan Sim Racing League, the Master Series here tonight. Got a little later start, man. There's a few little technical difficulties out there. Had to get the bowling balls off the track, but we're going to step away, man, real quick, take a break. Be right back here in a few.
There's an immeasurable bond that forms when you join the service. You'll do anything to protect and defend those at your side, and pushing the limits of your well-being is all just part of the job. But when this shared experience ends, it's easy to carry that mission-first mindset with you and neglect your own health and mental fitness. Team Red, White, and Blue understands these challenges and knows that together we can show veterans that their best days are ahead by providing opportunities to build healthier lifestyles right where they live and work. Through races, service projects, workouts, and a cutting-edge mobile app, our members develop a sense of camaraderie and mutual support. With a growing force of over 200,000 strong, we invite all veterans, families, and non-military supporters to start putting their well-being first. Team Red, White, and Blue is forging America's leading health and wellness community. Will you join the team?
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, it makes everything a lot better.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith, the Executive Director of Team Red, White, and Blue, and I wanted to take a minute just to welcome you on board and let you know that we're proud to have you as a new member of our team. This short video is a way for us to give you an idea of what you can expect from your experience at Team Red, White, and Blue, and also what we expect from you in return. Something that's really, really important to the fabric of our organization is our Eagle ethos. It's just 6 words, but they mean a lot to us, and they guide us in all we do. Those 6 words: passion, positivity, people, commitment, camaraderie, and community are more than just organizational values. They're what we're all about and what we strive to work for in all of our programs and in every single one of our interactions. The next thing I want you to know is that we are an inclusive organization by design. We're open to veterans of all eras, of all ages, branches of service, combat experience, as well as active duty service members, their families, their friends, and just supportive members of the community that come out and take part in our mission. Every single person is important to what we do. All are welcome, and we look forward to seeing you all out there.
Welcome to Team Red, White, and Blue. Thank you so much for joining our team. My name is Mike Irwin, and I have the honor to serve as the Executive Director. When I founded Team RWB in 2010, our initial focus centered on veteran transition and reintegration into civilian life. But as the large-scale deployments have slowed down, the military's ability to support reintegration has improved, hundreds of thousands of veterans have used their GI Bill, and companies have prioritized hiring veterans, the overall mental, physical, and emotional health of the veteran community still has a long way to go. And Team RWB has a major leadership role to play. And that means that we need you. We need you to close out this video and to know that you didn't just join a listserv or download an app. You joined a team composed of real people, over 200,000 strong, who are veterans on active duty in the National Guard or reserves or civilian supporters. And these people, who we refer to as the Eagles, want you to get involved in Team RWB. Why is it so important for you to become an active member of the team? Because when you do, we know that it will improve your mental and physical health, help you to develop new and meaningful relationships in your life, and provide you with a sense of purpose that comes from belonging to something bigger than yourself. Over the past decade, veterans struggling with the invisible wounds of war and post-military life have told us how important physical fitness has been to them. Running has helped veterans battle nightmares. Triathlons have helped with headaches, and CrossFit has enabled them to sleep better. These fitness activities, along with others, have made them more confident and healthy people. Unfortunately, millions of veterans have forgotten about the power of physical training in their lives. So as you get involved and see the power of Team RWB in your own life, I hope that you feel inspired to reach out to other veterans and encourage them to follow in your footsteps. In closing, I want to again thank you for stepping forward and joining Team Red, White, and Blue. We're fired up to have you on the team, and I know that you're going to be flying the Eagle with pride for a long time.
All right, folks, we're back, and still Cole Macheski in command of this one here tonight, and he saw right there on the break, didn't miss none of the action, but saw a few little cars getting a spin, and unfortunately, Shane Clore, one of them, out of the race here tonight. So Watkins Glenn eating them up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. I think there's 5 cars retired. Hunter Hughes, Greg Carr, Latham, I think he's put in park. That car was more damaged than we thought after his spin on turn 1. Art Nicotera, he's been sitting in pit road for a good amount of time than most recent Shane Clore.
Yes. It's all Cole Macheski. Man up front, Bender there in second. And we were talking earlier, was Cole Macheski saving? It looks like he was.
Yeah, now he's the only one that's running in the 109s. Everybody else is about 110 or so. He's been hitting 109, 109, just ran a 111. So maybe having to go back to saving a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think, I mean, he's got a good gap to do at 6 seconds, so can afford it. But like you said earlier, can't do it too much, can't let Bender get too close to him.
Yeah. You can see it's a 6 second lead between the two. Boyle is able to move up to third. She's a good ways back from them. They would have to really mess up and up front there. Gerlach having a good run there in fourth. Medina been on a bounce back.
And that's a battle for fourth.
Yeah, actually you got fourth, fifth, and sixth place right there on top of each other. Watch and see who's going to get this one.
Yeah, and Medina, and even then Grootsmacher could set up a move on Medina just going into the bus stop. Though it seems like everybody might fall in line for now. I think they're going to set up a move through the final 2 turns.
We're trying. Medina right there in the middle, Gerlach in front of them. Gruschmacher right behind them. And this is close up for any one, or close enough for any one of these guys. A little slip. Guy behind them going around them.
And Gerlach there, he takes a nice tight line out of turn 7 or 8 or 10, depending on whichever track map you follow.
Yeah, he's trying to
give him a little bit of a gap.
Oh!
Whoop, onto it.
That might be a little slip up there. Is Medina going to capitalize? He's going to try.
Now they're definitely all on top of each other. Gerlach eventually going to give up the spot 2 spots as Gruschmacher follows through.
Perfect example of what we've talked about is boom right there. One little mistake and you're around, or guys are going around you. It's a little spread out, but still anything can happen right here. You got Holloman coming out of there too. He's going to close up. He's only about 3 seconds back. There's Alex Carr, who, unfortunately, Greg Carr added this one early. Little Kibby, still rolling into 45 out here. Hyatt back here, too. Gardner, Sanchez, and as we say that, Sanchez just went around.
Yeah, that was right in front of Medina for 4th as well.
Yeah, see what happened to him here. Braking. Ouch.
Thankfully was able to get out of everyone's way.
Mm-hmm. All right. Just a little spin. Not too bad. This man been on the dominating rolls. This guy right here, Cole Macheski. He has been on rails all night long.
He's definitely had the best car, I'd say, throughout the whole race. And, I mean, even while he's saving, he's not dropping too much time. Whenever he did save, it was maybe a second a lap, 2 seconds a lap. Granted, he had the time to do it. He had a massive gap back to Bender in second, or at points Clore in second, or Boyles in second. Whoever was in second, he had a good lead on him. Still does. And just got to hold on to it for another 16.
Looking strong, doing it. We'll see. Cole Macheski, Bender. 2 guys up front. Boyles able to hang on there to 3rd. Gruschmacher moving up to 4th.
Yeah, got around. Medina seems to be putting a good amount of distance between the 48 and himself. And then Gerlach, he's falling behind. They're about evenly spaced, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
And Gerlach is actually trying to close up on Medina a little bit. I mean, we talked about right there, Holloman. You see him back there in the back.
Yeah, Holloman, he's been having a good run. I know he's not quite used to the Cup cars. He's a fantastic in trucks, though. So, but not quite comfortable with the next gens. He's been running a good race though. He's stayed out of trouble. I think he's only really been in one spin on his own. And a lot of cars actually, no one collected with him, but a lot of single car stuff that's happened.
Right.
So everybody, nothing to be upset about. It's been good fun race. It's been clean. Not yellow, but green all the way through. No yellows.
Yeah, and it's a good night for the
going by
admins.
fast. Yeah. Now there's still going to be probably some timings about saying this car spun, no caution and such, but that's just taking account for, as we say that, I think there went Grootsmacher.
Oh yeah, wow. Let's go back and watch. And we mentioned, you're racing the track, you're doing this and that, and I talked about mental mistakes, and I don't know what that was. That just
looks like it was just a whole lot of wheel spinning up as he was trying to get the power down.
Yeah, let's go see what gear he might have been in. He's in second. I don't know.
Oh, and there's some bumps right there.
Yeah. That's just unusual. But I talk about we talked about mental mistakes. I talk about a lot on, the oval side. And we've seen some of it tonight, just maybe some over braking, not braking, having it right brake bias, things like that right there. You hit a bump, boom. I'll be mindful of it all. It's just so much you got to keep up on when it comes to road racing side of things, as opposed to. It says Kibby went off track. Not quite sure what happened. Remember, he hit the wall earlier.
Car's looking straight though, so no harm, no foul from that contact.
He hit the wall similar to Clore, but Clore obviously out of the race.
Clore hit it more nose on. Kibby was basically a full tank slapper, just complete side.
Oh, just over.
Locked it up and then, yep.
Nothing you can do there. Able to maintain that spot. Hyatt's right there behind him. Does that one more time, Hyatt will be right on his back door knocking. I'll say the man been on the move up and down tonight. It's got to be old Boyles, our best friend out here.
Yeah, he's had some of those mental mistakes you were talking about. That's dropped him, but each time he's kind of clawed his way back up.
Yeah, he cracks us up. He told us to say best friend, by the way, so we gotta throw it out there to him. Man, he's got a good looking car too. Yoo-hoo machine. Still probably got a good paint job though, man, out of Medina. That's a cool looking paint job.
It's a very good looking scheme. I'll say that. The halo sky and for the longest time we didn't know exactly what it was, and then you could just see Master Chief right there in front of the rear wheels, about middle of the door. It's a good looking scheme. I like it.
Yeah. Who's behind him? Gerlach right there with him.
And then Grootsmacher got passed around Holloman.
And you see Holloman right there behind him, the Spirit Machine. Car. Good old Kibby. Hyatt.
Hyatt right on his rear.
That's a good little battle right there. That's for 10th and 9th. 9th and 10th.
And we were talking about it earlier as well, Joe, about how racing here is different. It's not so much the door-to-door action, it's more so the mental game. And this is right when that mental game starts, when you've got somebody within a second of you, within half a second of you, and it just kind of puts you on alert because you don't know exactly where they're going to put their car, how they're going to attack you. As Medina lets Grootsmacher through there.
Well, I'm going to go back here because it said Medina went off track. Remember, he had a pretty little lead right there on Gerlach, and then he flashed up, said he went off track, came back on. So let's see. Coming in turn 1 right here. Maybe just overbroke the turn or hit those rumble strips like we've seen all night long. He bounced right there hard.
There he goes. Ooh, and a good lick.
Yep, that got Medina around him. And then Gerlach somehow got around Grootsmacher, which...
I think that's whenever Grootsmacher actually...
Let's watch the pass and see. He's right there. Oh, and we got a yellow.
And I think that's the incident limit yellow that all the cars have hit.
Okay. It's probably something Cole Macheski did not want to see.
No, I don't think he exactly did. It's going to group the field back up. There's still, I believe, 7 cars on the lead lap, so could fall all the way back to 7th, and it also creates the chance of a stack up into turn 1 again.
Mm-hmm. All right, line them up. See what happens here. All right, so what you think about on this restart? What's going to happen?
I have no idea exactly what this restart's going to look like. I want to know if anybody's going to come down into pit road.
I mean, if you're Holloman, why not? Worst you can come out is what, 8th? I'm going on a limb and say probably everybody. I mean, been out there for a while. New tires definitely help. It's tough decision on Cole Macheski's part, but I think he's going to.
I think everybody's probably going to go into pit.
Yeah. It's like maybe, well, a couple stayed out. But here's the thing. Even with that, actually, it's like everybody did come into pits.
Yeah, all the leaders came in. Everybody else has stayed out a lap down.
Yeah, that right there, I think that's a good decision. I mean, at this point, this is almost like a free tires, really.
Yeah, it's free tires.
I mean, it really is.
So why not?
Yeah.
So, got what, 8 cars lead lap with Cole Macheski, Bender, Boyles, Gerlach, Grutzmacher, Medina, Hallman, and Carr. And a couple on the wave around. So looking like 12 cars lead lap maybe.
So it looks like Gardner's going to be the last one. Sanchez looks to be the first one. Medina's coming back on pit road.
Probably got some damage to fix.
Yeah. So as of right now, we're showing 11 cars on the lead lap. Sanchez is going to be the first one a lap down. Well, what's going to happen on this restart, though? That's going to be the wild one.
I'm not exactly sure. They've been talking about how, at least on the radio from what I can hear, exactly when the restart's allowed. So as soon as the pace car turns off, that's when you're probably going to see the 69 of Cole Macheski fire up. Now it's going to be a mad dash as well. Only 6 laps left.
Yeah, and see, I mean, 6 laps on this here obviously is, a long time. But still, Cole Macheski now is going to want to get that big lead if he can. And what does Bender do on this restart? Yeah. All right, here we go. Pace car's in. Green flag. Cole Macheski's he's going to want to get out of town, and quick. Everybody in turn 1. We got one dive bombing it down in there. That's Grutzmacher. He's going to go door to door, side by side with Gerlach. Oh, Boyle's in the wall. So our first victim of the restart, Boyles. Oh, and Wes, his internet went out, folks. So, all right now, could be another one. Watch this battle, man. Cole Macheski up front hanging on. He just drove off from the field, but watching around about 4th, 5th place spot. It's a mad dash. Car back here, too. And made it back.
I'm sorry, my internet just went out for a second. I completely missed what happened on the restart. Oh, Medina, hold on to it.
Yeah, Boyles was the only one that kind of like slipped up a little bit. Tapped the wall, kind of fell back to 7th. Then just saw right there Medina. Watching him sliding a little. Other than that, just kind of a wild restart. Got about a 3, 4. Whoa, there goes the 33. Who's the 33? That's Vincent. In the wall hard.
all turned around in the bus stop.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get it back straight going. And right here, you got some cars on top of each other. It's Holloman, Hyatt. Hyatt, not so much. Gerlach trying to move out. Grusmacher made the one. He made a huge pass on the start. Really sent it down in turn one to get up out of third. I think he made up like 4 spots. Here comes Alex's car. With 3 to go in this one. Holloman's going, just make one little slip. I'll be there. He might be close enough to make it.
Well, he's there anyways.
Yeah, he might make it. Yeah, there you go. We finally saw the pass and going to the bus stop tonight.
Oh, runs wide though.
Ooh, is he going to give it back? Oh, car looked like he gave him a little room.
Yeah, car cut him a break.
Boyle's back there on Sanchez. Boyle's driving angry. He hit that wall. He's mad. Real quick out front, though. Kolmacheski's got a little lead. About a second over Bender. Still not safe, man, on the track. But you see Grusmacher, though, man. He is the guy right now driving on a mission. He's got that thing cranked up.
Yeah, fresh tires. Track is nice and hot. Those tires feel like glue. I think everybody should have a good amount of confidence, and I think he's probably got the most.
Another thing we're not really, we don't spoke up is with that pit stop, they're able to make adjustments on their car. Where before, if it would have been no caution, they had what they had. Now it's maybe a little bit different ball game. I can adjust something on what if I was off a little bit, now I'm a little better, and it's definitely helped though Grusmacher.
Yeah, man on a mission ran the second fastest lap of the whole race last time around. Only 2,000ths or 200ths or rather slower than your leader of Kolmacheski.
Yeah, Kolmacheski picking it up. Dino back here. White flag one more time. He's down to 7/10. This man got enough to hold him off. He's not made any mistakes all race long. And I think that's what it's going to take for Bender to get there. One little slip.
It's been, like you said, not going to take a lot for Bender to get there. A little slip, and probably the easiest place to do it, I'd say, is through the carousel. Or not through the carousel, but through the bus stop. Because that's where we've seen a lot of cars. And Bender with a great run through it, actually.
Yeah. This is the closest we've seen all race long. And Kolmacheski.
Now it's going to be these final 2 turns.
Come to that last turn right here. Kolmacheski's got to hit it perfect. Just not quite
Bender's
there.
going to drift wide a little bit. No, he's going to be fine. No, nothing going to happen. Kolmacheski holds on to it. Bender had a great run through that bus stop, though.
Yep. Kolmacheski's going to hold off and win. Bender there, man, hard. Tried in second. Grusmacher going to bring her home in third. What a finish to this one. Wow. That was a good race. I mean, Bender might have could have got to that bumper. Might have been a different story. He was close.
It was very close.
Probably closer than Kolmacheski wanted it to be.
Yeah, I mean, we knew there was going to be a random caution due to the incident count limit. And especially if it happened about middle of the race, I think he would have been just fine with it. But right there in the closing laps, I think he's like, okay, maybe too close for comfort.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's bring up third place man, Grusmacher. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Dylan, it's Wesley and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, we do.
Well, man, third place, a couple of fun adventures, especially off of turn 1 from what we saw. That curbing right on exit just sent everybody for a loop, it seemed like today.
Yeah, that was rub blocks catch it pretty hard, and it just yanks you around.
Well, I'd say I loved seeing that move you made, but unfortunately, like race control, my internet went out at the same time, so I didn't quite see it. But tell me how you were thinking throughout the whole race, and then on that final restart.
I was just kind of worried about the power going out again, and had a couple stutters here and there, just kind of stressing me out. And I was accepting the 5th place finish when we had that caution, so it was just kind of like, I don't know what to do now.
Well, don't know what to do. It doesn't matter. You kind of just drove your race. You weren't. I'm not going to say you were the fastest because, I mean, Cole Macheski was an absolute dominant factor of the race. But in the mid pack, I'd say you were probably best of the rest. You were able to run down and pass several people. And even if you spun out, you were able to get back past them quite easily.
Yeah, just had to get your head down and keep going. Nose to the grindstone.
Nose to the grindstone. That ain't one I heard before, but you know what? I might start using it. But how bad was the tire wear as well? We were talking about how many pit stops we think. I was thinking it's only going to be a 1 stop, and tire wear definitely on the end of the runs probably not feeling too great for you.
I probably could have did a single set. Would have been really ice skatey on the single set, but the second set of tires there was 71, 69 for the lefts, and 87, 79 for the rights. So,
well, doesn't sound like it was doing too bad. Still well enough tire life left in it. Joe, you got something for him?
It's on that last restart there with the caution. I saw you coming down in turn 1. At what point did you say this thing's going to hold? Because that was a heck of a move. I think you made up like 3 or 4 spots.
I just kind of trusted the tires. That's all it was. I didn't really have a moment of time where I'm like, all right, let's go. It's going to be good. I had that gut feeling that something was going to happen, and that's when Boyle spun in front of me, so at least it wasn't me.
Got around him, man. Got anybody you want to thank for a good finish tonight, though?
I just got to thank Team Conti for a hell of a set.
There you go, man. That's Gruesmacher, man. What a heck of a finish here tonight in the road course. Remember the man here tried to chase him down, old Bender. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, John, it's Wesley and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
Well, good race, dude. You came home second place on almost ran down Cole Macheski on the last lap. An absolute beautiful and amazing drive through the bus stop there.
Oh, I gave it everything I could to get to his bumper and try to at least get inside of him, but I got loose in that second last corner and just couldn't stay with him.
Well, I still don't think there's anything better than that. It was absolutely beautiful to see. You drove it in there like no other, I would say. So it was absolutely to see. But then throughout the whole race as well, you were solidly sitting, fighting for second, third, and fourth. You had battles with Clore and Boyles at points. Just keeping it on the road, keeping it consistent. I don't think we saw any big major events from you.
Yeah, no, that was my key tonight. Just keep it on track, don't make any mistakes, and let the other guys make mistakes and capitalize. And that's what happened. Unfortunately, Thomas didn't make any mistakes either.
Well, I don't think there's anything much more you can ask for. Like you said, you had your plan of keep it on track, don't make a mistake. You didn't. So second place, it's still a very good finish for you.
Oh, definitely, I'll take it. Only 1 spot better, and eventually I'll get that win. It's only time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell, but I have a feeling you're going to get it before the season's out.
Well, that's what I'm shooting for, to steal one of them somewhere. Just slowly pick up speed, get faster each week, and then just be a factor at the end.
I mean, you're starting to become that factor. I see you up front almost each and every race for the past couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely nice running up front. It's a little different air up here, and everyone races a little different. Get to race different people at different points in each race, and that makes it exciting.
It makes it inside indeed. Joe, you got something for him?
I mean, I know the move you made right there going into the bus stop and coming to the final lap, did you think maybe that was the opportunity, or you could have got around Cole Macheski at that point?
It definitely allowed me to get to his bumper and try to stay with him through the carousel, and if I could have got a better run out of there, I might have had a chance. I just didn't get close enough through the bus stop and the carousel to really have a true chance going off into the last turn there, or second to last turn.
Well, either way, you probably gave him a scare, man, getting up to his bumper, and did a heck of a job tonight. Got that second place. Got anybody you want to thank for a good finish?
Yeah, I want to thank the guys at Team Birdie Racing for all the work we put in each and every week to get our sets ready for the race. Thank you, the guys, for putting on the lead. You guys up in the booth. Thank you.
There you go, John Bender bringing her home in second. This man, though, held him off at the end of it. Cole Macheski, Joy in the booth, got a copy.
Got you guys.
Well, you dominated pretty much most of the race out front, man, just cruise control, but then the caution flew. What went through your mind when you saw it?
I was just, please no. Once he said he was trying to press it, I was like, please don't press that button. Just don't press it.
Well, it happened, with the lead that you had, and I know everybody coming on pit road, it definitely was a different ball game, but then coming to that last lap there, Bender really threw it in going through the bus stop. Did you see that? And I mean, did it make you a little worried there when you saw it?
Yeah, I saw a couple laps before where he was quicker there in the bus stop, or not bus stop, in the carousel than I was. And I was pretty slow there all day. Probably not my best corner. But yeah, I saw him throw it in there, and I'm just like, well, he's going to have to drive through me. So,
yeah, a heck of a race, man. I mean, all night long, you had the car, you had it set up, and just a caution kind of just shuffled everything out there, man. But heck of a run, man. Wes, hey, got anything for the man out here dominating?
I really don't. He just kept it smooth. He kept it easy. No mistakes, like you said, Joe. And honestly, kind of gave us a SVG type of performance.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, because you were smooth out there all day. I mean, how was the tire wear? We could have asked that. Like, just your car looked like it was pretty much on rails most of the race.
Yeah, tire wear wasn't too bad. Left front here was wearing the most. I don't remember what it was, but tires felt good under me all race. Not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, and it looked it. We watched, on board with you there a couple times, me and Wes did, and just talked about how smooth and how stable the car looked. You were going around the track. I mean, really, you just had one of those perfect races. Just that caution came out at later on that really, kind of jumbled up there and could have been a wild different finish, but held it on tonight, man. You got anybody you want to thank for a win here?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at Team Watson, Kenny for putting out another great setup, and all my teammates that showed up today. So, and you guys and Dave when he's here.
There you go, man. That's Thomas Cole Macheski bringing it home, man, winning it tonight. And, well, folks, man, our unofficial results, man. Cole Macheski bringing it home. Bender there in second. Gruschmacher holding on to third. Gerlach up in the fourth. Alex Carr finishing fifth. We got Justin Boyles. He bounced back to the sixth. Joshua Hyatt there in seventh. Gardner in the eighth. You got Kibbe there in ninth. Alleman up in the 10th. Jose Medina finishing out 11th. Sanchez 12th. Littrell, he's right there in the 13th. Vincent up in 14th. Nicotera in the 15th. Clore there in 16th. Latham 17th. Carr 18th. And Hugh is in 19th. And my dog is excited for the race. He says it was a good one there at the end. Wes, hey, road racing. The caution really could have threw it a lot different there at the end.
Yeah, it could have. And I mean, these drivers knew there was the potential for a caution to come out. They just didn't know when it was going to be. So, like we heard from Cole Macheski, he was just hoping there at the end saying, please don't let it come. Please don't let it come. Please don't let it come. Well, guess what? It came and it gave us a good little shootout at the end.
Yes, it did. All in all, good race here tonight. Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series. We're going to leave Watkins Glen, folks, and closer to that championship race here towards the end of the season, to crown a champ. Plus, we still got the admin box. But for everyone tonight, hope everyone had an exciting time and enjoyed the race. Everyone have a good night.